Welcome back, friends, to the back nine, round two, the 2024 Tim Selinske United States Masters Disc Golf Championships, presented by Innova. We are at the Diavolo at New Hope Disc Golf Course, bringing you the action as we had a very, very technical and challenging front nine with our lead card here. My name is Chris German. We have Kevin Gleason, Team Latitude 64, bringing you the action for the PDGA. Scott Conway, clean scorecard.
Lighten it up. Still bogey free after 27 holes, which is impressive for a course in any course in North Carolina because there's trees everywhere.
Take a look at our leaderboard there. Juhani, Cale, Matt, all keeping pace. Steve Rico, Paul Oman, some other names making a push into the top 10.
Yeah, Juhani just had that one mess up on, I think it was hole 8. But other than that, he's playing strong and throws it a mile. Hole 10, par 3, 305 feet. Throw it right down where the drone is, maybe with the mid-range, and just let it turn into the basket and get a putt. Pretty stock shot. Probably one of the easier holes out here, but not the easiest.
It's the second easiest, so it's not the easiest. In the front nine, Kevin told us that the easiest hole is going to be on the back nine, and he's going to let us know when that hole is.
And I kind of just said this was the second easiest hole, so.
And you were correct.
And if you'll notice, Scott and Cale are color coordinated today, wearing about the same shirt. Great shot. Matthew Team Discraft. Putting a lot of hyzer on that. But inside the circle, that's a great shot.
Yeah, Matta showed us that he just has a well-rounded overall game. Forehand, backhand, touchy forehands, good putting.
Juhani starting everybody off on the back nine with an unbelievable birdie on hole 9.
Yeah, one of 3 birdies on the hardest hole on the course.
Great solid putt from Cale. And if you can see right there, Cale and Scott have the same shirt on.
It's actually the same person. So they were just behind. So that's Cale. He just switched, yeah.
There was a couple times during the front nine that I wasn't sure exactly who was throwing from the woods. Scott still super focused.
Yeah, 5 under through 10. And if you can get to 10 under on this course, that is setting you up to be on lead card, I believe.
I think Barry shot 12.
Same layout, right?
Yeah, in the MP50. Juhani just having to stretch out with his 2 little trees. Course designer putting trees all over the place, leaving certain ones in there. Just, easy hole, but there's always something just there to make it a little bit harder to get your birdie.
So Juhani preventing the star frame, but then he's out here he's making up for grabbing the birdies that no one else is grabbing. So
getting those longer holes.
Yeah, so he's keeping pace, but he needs to clean up these circle 1 putts.
And he's still at 3 down, which is a great score. Hole 11, 354. It's downhill and then kind of goes up a little bit. You'll see this bent tree down here in the middle. You need to go, it's right directly here where the drone is. Follow the flight of the drone or even put it out a little bit more left to come in, but you want to throw something flippy that just turns and runs at the basket.
Big Anheuser shot from Scott, and he's going to catch a tree on the right side, and that's going to push him over to the left.
I think that might have helped him a little bit. It looked like he might have turned it over just a tad bit too much, maybe let go a little bit too late. Matt's going with the outside line, slow flip up mid-range.
That's going to go too straight, I think. He's going to end up over there with Scott.
It's just long enough of a hole that it's hard to have that slow turn just keep fighting its way all the way to the basket.
Feels good to have 2 par 3s in a row. This is the first time on the course we've seen 2 par 3s back to back. Cale gets maybe 40 feet or so.
Yeah, a couple steps outside the circle. Juhani going with something looks like maybe like a fairway.
That might be a little too turnt. Needs to come back. Yeah, good shot.
Great shot.
Oh, great shot.
We're going to get a replay on this one.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah. The stability of the disc there really helping him out. Flattened out.
I think it's, you see, he's a hard and far thrower and still threw like a fairway driver. I think the mid-range is hard to get there for even your top players. You really need to go something with, a little bit faster to get there. Oh, Scott thought it was in. I had to look. I wasn't sure if that was Cale.
Oh,
nice little anti-spin putt.
Cale just outside circle 1. Interesting footing though, and too low.
You'll see putting a lot. His back foot is lower than his plant foot, so it's really hard to get the power to push up at the basket. So you'll see a lot of people, you hit low a lot of times when that happens.
Yeah, this was a middle of the pack hole. I would say this is one of the holes that you consider a bonus birdie. Excuse me. 70% of the field taking par, 21% taking birdies, as we see. Quarter of our card here taking the birdie. So good one to grab for Juhani.
It's one of those holes that, you might get a little outside the circle putt, kind of like they did. Hole 12, par 4. A lot of people are going to go the way that the drone's flying right here and try to land here with any disc out of your bag, really. There's also a tight, if you want to throw a hyzer line, a real fast-turning hyzer off the tee. There's another good line that goes up to the left. So like a few of the holes out here, there's a couple different ways to get to the basket, a couple different landing zones.
And we mentioned in the front 9, Diavolo here is ranked 21st in the world on UDisc. And to my knowledge, a pretty new course in the grand scheme of things. It's not that old. And so many different layouts. You could see on the 1T sign there to the right. We're actually playing the front 9 now. So this is a modified layout with 22 holes. You can see this is traditional hole 3. And this is making a very challenging trek for these guys.
And it looks like Scott and Juhani both did that tight hyzer line that I was talking about. Matthew looks like he's going to be pinched off kind of in the middle of both the lines.
Yeah, he's just been getting bad luck, just kind of landing right next to these trees. So that one might be in his swing. It's going to be close. Catches that tree, but pretty short par 4 overall. He should be able to get himself to the green.
Juhani with a nice Anheuser line.
Yeah, it looks like he caught some cabbage there, and it slowed him down.
That's Cale looking at Anheuser down the middle. Outside.
And he does it perfect. I mean, this guy just throws those shots so consistently.
One of the best. So it's like I said in the front 9. I love watching the slow little flip up turnovers.
Here's a thumber from Scott. And this executed perfect. Oh my, jeez. Good thing that's there.
Isn't that a cool looking wall though that they put?
Yeah, there's a couple on this course.
Just a little extra, man. It's really cool, really beautiful.
That was cooking for Scott. Good thing he hit that. There's the overstable zone like this from Matt, and he's going to catch a tree. The last tree to catch.
And it puts you right there at that circle's edge. Like I said before, these trees, I believe, are on purpose. Juhani, I think, just trying to pitch up there to save his par. I think Matt's going to give this a good little bid. There's not much trouble past the basket unless you go real far. So it's a good one to run at.
Oh.
Yeah, and he did.
Matt, you dog.
Nicely done.
Good putt. Great birdie save there.
Dead center. Little outside, perfect.
And he's just showing why he's here and has a chance to be on lead card final day is he's got all the skills to win.
He's got a smooth sidearm. Great backhand. And really nice outside circle putt on this one for birdie.
Yeah, right.
Juhani cleaning up for par.
Yes, this hole came in middle of the pack, exactly at par.
Man, we got Cale in the tie-dye and the paintball shirt, I guess. Come in to clean up birdies each. I keep saying it, but Scott's focus every hole. It doesn't matter if it's a 10-footer or if it's a 30-footer. He's focused the same way every time.
Yeah, I've been filming Scott for years over at Downey's Players Cup, and he just looks like he's got the fire in his eyes.
He does.
The United States Disc Golf Championship. A tournament with history unmatched in the disc golf world.
Oh,
You bet!
my. Colin Hanley is on fire.
Talk about giving the crowd a show. What a performance from Kyle Klein.
Gannonberg, this kid is unbelievable. Oh my God!
Hole 13, par 5. All you're trying to do is get anywhere in this landing zone right there by the bushel of trees. Throw a hyzer down to the bottom. Fairly easy pitch up after that. It's a fairly easy par 5. But if you let it hyzer out left off the tee, there's a lot of thick woods and thick trees that you can get in trouble with. Scott with a beautiful flip up. It's going to go downhill right there, right in the front of the tree line.
Yeah, he did not like that. That little fade there at the end put him right behind that tree. He was not looking for that, and he was vocal about it.
And this is where you get in trouble. So when you put a little too much, it's thick in there, real thick.
He didn't hit anything either.
I played this hole with the mid-range. My warships go 300 feet, and it put me right there at that tree line, and then threw a hyzer down into the gap.
Oh, this is looking great from Cale.
Perf-
Oh, yeah.
Perfect. Let's see, Juhani, I think he might try to punch this one a little bit. Little flip, little slow flip.
Oh, this is money. Go, go.
It's a great shot. Anywhere in those trees, that's all you want to do. And I see what you're saying, Scott, is pinched off. You see this tree down there in the middle at the drop-off. If you can just get past that, that needs to kick out, and it does. So I heard Trevor Harbault landed about at that drop-off off the tee shot.
Off his tee?
Off the tee shot.
Oh.
I don't know if that's true or not. Trevor, if you're watching this, put in there, but I heard you hit it right before the drop-off, which is unbelievable. And where Cale landed right there, that's going to be that shy of 200-foot little upshot, little 150-foot shot to the basket. You know, honey, maybe a little foot slip, but again, just fine.
Yeah, center cut.
Looks like he has a little alleyway to pitch out.
Yeah, and this is a good example of take your medicine.
That was fortunate. If he had been 5 feet farther, 5 feet shorter, he might even had an out.
Yeah. Took him a minute to throw that one. He was thinking a roller, honestly, to get aggressive, and
just a little sidearm roller to get out.
yeah, and I just don't think it was there for him, as he can still save par.
This is Scott's third shot.
Yeah, he got some tree love after he turned that one over.
Must have caught something.
He caught a tree over on the right side and takes birdie out of play. But at this point, just avoid the red.
Juhani sawed that off a little bit, but just maybe that just fine. Looked like he didn't like it out of his hand. Cale might got in a little closer than I thought.
Big hyzer from Matt.
Roll to the basket. Roll to the basket. There you go.
Okay. It's probably 20 feet or so you should be able to save par.
Putter and hyzer fall to the basket.
Cale for eagle?
Knowing him, probably he was going for it.
Yeah.
I'm too scared to go for those long ones like that. I just want to lay up and have a drop-in birdie.
And Scott, a little past the basket, but should be able to save his par. He'll probably be first up. Oh, nope. It's going to be Matt.
Sometimes maybe Matt's a little bit closer, but maybe the speed of play, they decided to let him putt out. Everybody goes past. And then
Yeah.
comes.
I noticed the card was very casual with that. If they saw someone maybe a foot in front, and they were just trying to keep pace.
Yeah.
I really like this hole. It came in .1 over par, but the scoring separation was really good. I mean, 30% birdies, 40% par, 22% bogey, and 9% bogey or double bogey or worse.
Scott with a nice save. Still bogey free.
So while this is the easiest of the par fives, there's 3 on the course. Still good scoring separation.
Well, there's a lot of trouble. I mean, you saw where Matthew landed. If you go into that stuff off your first or even your second shot, it's very, very tough to get out. Hole 14, 320 feet, probably plays closer to the 360, 370 mark. It's pretty uphill, tight gap off the tee. There is a hyzer route that can get there also. I think most players are going to go down the middle. Maybe somebody will do the hyzer. Cale looks like he's
doing the hyzer.
He's doing the hyzer. Keep it a little low under that tree. He went long.
Yeah, that
well,
was a crush.
it's a lot of
Uphill, too.
power for going uphill.
Yeah, I do like that hyzer route there. I don't think the card really saw it too much. Juhani was talking about it after. He was like, oh, I didn't think of that. So that might have messed him up there. So then he goes up the middle.
I think I'm definitely going hyzer next time. The tree limbs, the 2 trees you got to go through down the middle. It's the low shot. You know, just throw a hyzer and
Yeah, like Scott shows the start there. He executed, but I mean, he's probably edge of circle, maybe even outside. It was just a little low with that low ceiling and going uphill. It's really hard to get to the concrete up there.
a little high. Yeah. And those are the limbs I was talking about. It's just you put it up just a little. You can really see how uphill it is from where the catch cam is. Nice little flick from Juhani.
Matt can give this a long bid.
Just got a little chance. Is it on top?
Nope.
No, a little short. And it looked like Scott was a lot closer than he is. Get it.
Oh.
Tad bit high. Great line. It's a little lower. Juhani's still a little work for his cleanup 3. There you go.
Oh.
Was that outside the circle?
I don't know. But I guess technically he didn't follow through, so even if... I don't know. Maybe it was.
Cale with an amazing drive. Chance to probably get a birdie. How many birdies on this hole today? 15?
21.
Oh, wow.
Came .12 under par. It was the 5th easiest hole. Just a lot of pars.
Yeah.
Almost 80% of the field. I would say this is probably the weakest hole on the course in terms of scoring separation.
Yeah, there'll be a bogey or 2 on here just if somebody hits an early tree. But most time, if you make it through the gap, you can just easily get up and down with a par.
Yeah, only 7 bogeys on the day.
Yeah. Hole 15, 333 feet, very tight. And you really need to push something that flips up to straight and just run this alley, the drone's flying, and slide right to the basket. Very good par 3. You get this birdie and you're really happy. Cale a little inside, caught the the trees on the left side.
Yeah, no bonus birdie there for Cale. Just kind of just need to throw it straight, I feel like.
Yeah, you can get there with the mid-range. It's just tight, you know.
Juhani, a little bit of hyzer. This is going to be a little left. Good shot, though.
You can do the hyzer off the tee like that, but every time it's going to come in a little bit early and fade left. You really need something to pop up and run straight.
Scott's showing us the flex route. Going right side.
Stay clean.
Ooh.
Edge of circle.
Yeah, chance to redeem himself. About the same distance as the last putt.
Flip up. That's the shot. Maybe still a little left, but perfect.
Oh, yeah.
That's perfect. That's it.
That is it.
Great shot,
That's
Matt.
so good. Let's watch it again.
Throwing the hyzer with a little bit of flip up.
Oh, so
and
good.
just run straight. That's how you picture throwing that hole when you're thinking about all the holes, dreaming of what you want to do on every hole. Cale just laying up. Juhani with a nice little chance.
Ooh.
A foot higher and that was in.
Yeah, the guys have really been finding the basket. Hitting a lot of metal from circle 2, but none of them going in right now. So
Yeah, but
the circle
it's-
2 putting kind of slowing down a little.
I mean, but like you see, that's not Scott's normal putt. You're having to putt a lot different than you normally. Any practice putt you've ever done, you're going to use them at these courses here in Cary.
Yeah, just over. It feels like no matter where, there's not a lot of places where there's flat footing. Like even just on this green, like it's still like a minor slope.
PDGA Event Support Helpline.
Hey, I was wondering if I could add some rules to my tournament to make it a little unique.
Sure. You just need a waiver from the Director of Event Support.
Okay, great. An island green?
Shouldn't be a problem.
And elevated baskets?
Yeah, we get those all the time.
Oh, and forehands only?
Sarah, we've been over this.
Sorry. I mean, but I don't see why we can't try it. I mean, everyone loves forehands. Like, you can go right, you can go left, you can throw straight, you can throw high, you can throw low.
Hole 16, 241 feet. I'm guessing the easiest hole on the entire course. Par 3, very small landing zone. You just want to throw something overstable out and let it dump to the basket. Fence line is also out of bounds with about a 30-foot drop zone. Death putt to the water if you do go OB. And, yeah, that's a little strong, a little out of bounds.
Luckily, the drop zone is very fair. It gives you a chance to circle 3, save your par.
It's very fair, but that water is just right there.
Yeah, it is a scary putt. I'm not going to lie there.
Sit, sit, sit. What is it? Safe. Juhani going flat foot. And it's a tight gap right there just off the tee to get there. Sit down. Wow, 2 OBs. Scott bogey free and bottom of the box.
Yeah, string of pars. He didn't like it out of the hand.
But he's not going to be
in the
bottom of the box
bullseye.
on the next hole.
No.
And here's your drop zone.
Fence there, too.
That's how you do it. Confidence, putt it, just hit it.
Good par save there for Matt. So Kevin, this was, I guess, technically the easiest hole in PDGA. It says tied for the second easiest, but it's also tied with hole 10. So this and hole 10 were the easiest holes on the course.
Okay.
This one with a lot more birdies, so I would say this one is the easiest hole on the course.
It's just, throw it up, let it turn. 2 circle 3s, that's pretty good.
Yeah, 0.41 under par, so a lot of birdies for the guys.
How many birdies was there?
67 birdies for the field.
So more than half the field? Yeah.
Yeah. almost 60%.
Hole 17, maybe one of the most beautiful holes on the entire course. Throw over. You can really push it out to the right, land here. There's OB that runs down the entirety of the left side. You can see it off to the left, the painted line. Really, really, really hard and good par 4, in my opinion.
Yeah, nice and open here, so guys can really put a move on it, get aggressive if they want, try to push on the right side. Everyone's probably just going to land right here.
Cale's showing you how to play Masters golf and land in the shade.
Yeah, right? Yeah, I unfortunately doing the camera work was not in the shade today, and it was hot.
Flip up, which I know. We all know that Scott knows these lines.
Yeah. He's going to be right over by Cale, maybe even a little longer.
That is far.
Yeah.
That's probably 250 to the basket from there.
That flips up for Matt, and that is moving. That needs to slow
Sit.
down.
That needs to sit. Sit.
Ooh.
Safe. He's going to be a little pinched off with the upshot, but I think he can probably throw the real far out hyzer on that and maybe even still get a chance for birdie.
Mm-hmm.
Juhani going up high or going down low? Everybody went low.
Yeah. They were talking about the high route, but it doesn't look like anyone took it.
Yeah. Why would you when these shots come out of your hand?
Yeah, and the wind was down here. There was no wind.
It's a good line.
Oh, that's a perfect
Does it
line.
have enough on it? Yeah, edge of circle. Right inside.
Some tall grass there, so it just gets a little caught up.
Keep turning.
Catches a tree.
That's
but
fine.
That's perfect.
It almost looked like that tree turned him more right than he was going.
Yeah, that might have faded left.
Scott looks, I mean, this seems perfect. You can almost throw a hyzer at it that just flips up and runs to the basket.
It's going to hook up in that. It's kind
Great
of
shot.
Cale.
It's a tough second shot. You really have, as a righty player, you really have to worry about, because it's a little bit of a slope to the basket. So when you're throwing at it, you really got to worry about it fading out left to the OB.
Yeah, OB's probably about 30 or 40 feet, so a little outside the circle.
It's hard to, it's hard to get a nice Anheuser straight shot on those over 300-foot shots.
So Matt here taking some casual relief after catching that tree, the rocks there, and he's looking at par. Which honestly, par is really good on this hole. This was the second hardest hole in the course, Kev.
I believe it. Oh, Cale just a little outside. Just 9 out of 10 times that's sticking.
It was almost like too flat of a putt. If it was a little bit of hyzer, maybe it would have caught that last chain on the edge.
Scott with another birdie. Going into the final hole, bogey free. Still bogey free.
Almost a half a stroke over par.
For this hole, yeah.
0.43, yeah.
It's a great hole.
Second hardest hole.
All these holes out here, they're really good Masters golf holes. They're fair pars for people our age that we don't throw as far as we used to, but we still have the touch game.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody
2 under
clean.
for the card. That's
really good.
Well played.
I ain't gonna lie, I played that hole as just safe. I laid up the 2, dropped in the 4, laid up around the corner. Hole 18, par 5, fairly easy par 5. You're looking to land right around here. Throw something just down through this tight gap, just anywhere around here, and pitch up to the basket and get a putt at it.
Hey, speak for yourself. I don't think everyone thought this was an easy par 5. Coming in 0.17 over par. So
okay,
and
wow.
Ending the course on a pretty challenging hole in the grand scheme of things.
I think maybe I meant to say that I like how this par 5 is drawn up, how it plays.
For sure.
It's definitely not easy.
We're just busting your chops here, Kev.
I definitely didn't birdie it.
Maybe Juhani can with that drive. He might be a little pinched, though.
Yeah, it looks like he might be a little bit off left, but an 846-foot par 5, and he got close to 400 on that drive, probably more than 400.
Cale's going to get caught up in some rocks. Might be a relief option there.
I think there's some paint over there, some relief paint. These courses are very strong on relief paint to where they don't want you, the erosion messing up courses, and I understand that. It looked like a good shot right in the middle.
Yeah, big shout out to just the crew out here in Cary, North Carolina. This major is being ran flawless. I mean, very, very talented staff here, and all the volunteers, spotters.
Thank you to all the spotters. There's a spotter on almost every water hole. I think there is a spotter on every water hole.
Yeah, a lot of spotters out there, and just the amenities, just everything about this tournament so far as we are finishing out being halfway through.
Scott throwing thumber to get in the middle.
Yeah.
Get off that tree.
Man.
There
There must be magnets in these trees because everyone keeps landing.
I guess Cale's
right up
not in the
against
paint. Cale is in the painted area.
I think he's in the paint, but I think this is not mandatory. I think this is
That's the pink paint. Pink is casual. Red
mandatory.
correct. And those colors seem to look the same on some of the holes.
Yeah, I was just talking about how great the staff was. I would say that's the biggest complaint out of everyone so far is choosing red and pink as their paint colors.
Well, a lot of people don't know. I think the problem is people that are colorblind have a real hard time. They can't see those colors. So
Juhani getting caught up.
Scott's third shot maybe pinched off a little bit with the tree in front of him. Maybe having to throw a little more hyzer than he wanted to, or maybe it was just like he wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm going to say Scott's going bogey free on this round also.
He's going to finish with a turkey, it looks like, if he can knock in that circle one putt. Oh.
Trees everywhere.
Juhani's struggling to get down the fairway on this one.
Look at that little nice little floaty sidearm.
Matt throws those so well. I just love those Anheuser forehands that he throws out there.
Cale's a tad bit pinched off, but
Ooh.
that tree helped him.
Yeah.
Pushed him right to the basket.
Little tree love there for Cale.
Come on, Juhani. No. Sit down. Sit
that's
down.
brutal.
I don't even know what to say.
Things going bad to worse here. Of course, not being friendly to Juhani to finish out this round. It seems like the trees are just catching his disc.
Conway with a 9 down. 10 down first round, 9 down second round. 19 down, bogey free.
Halfway through the tournament.
That's where you want to sit. That's where you want to be.
It's like, come on, Scott, you need to get 10 under next time. You need to at least get double digits.
Well,
Barry can do it.
Well, he's about to be back at the course that he shot the 10 down on.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can keep it up for round 3 coming up. Juhani finishing up with the bogey. 5 down. Respectable round.
I mean, roller coaster of a round for him. The bogeys and birdies.
5 down, still over 1,000 rated round, maybe 1,008.
Yeah. And here's another example of just not getting the star frame, but he held his own out here and still in the top 10.
We got Matthew and Cale tied at 16. Scott with 3 strokes over him at 19.
Yeah, it's going to finish up. We are halfway through this tournament here. Round 2, Tim Selinske, Scott Conway, bogey free the entire tournament so far. Cale and Matt as well. Really, really good rounds. Take a look. Looks like we're going to swap out Juhani for Adam. MJ making a push. Rico's up there. Shasta. So a lot of names up in the top 10, still making a push. We have moving day coming up, round 3. Tim Selinske, U.S. Masters here, Cary, North Carolina. Make sure to subscribe. PDGA, Gatekeeper Media, Kevin Gleason.
Thanks,
Catch you then.
y'all. Bye.